Hey guys, welcome to the 7th review of 31 Days of Horror. We're at the end of part 1 of 31 Days of Horror, yay! I always watch 7 movies every October and then go on a horror series with a main villain, with loads of sequels afterwards. I find it quite fun to do that. So this is going to be the first special. I'm going to be reviewing the Evil Dead Trilogy. I was just going to do the first one, but I think all three of them could do with a review, seeing as it is the first special. I'll probably review them individually at some point, but right now, let's just focus on these three all at once. No, it's not going to be a very long review. I'm not going to spend that long in each one of them, but I'll do them justice. The first one is one of the best horror films of all time, period. Case closed, 10 out of 10. Sheer awesomeness. What can I say about it that hasn't been said? Directed by Sam Rami, the guy that made Spider-Man, the new Wizard of Oz movie, among other things. Starring Bruce Campbell. I believe he was in the Spider-Man movies in some scenes. He was in Bubba Hotep. He was in From Dusk Till Dawn 2, albeit in a cameo. Yeah, he was in the Evil Dead sequels. He was in My Name is Bruce, a film about him, I think it is. I've not seen it though. What else? The gore. But forget CGI. None of that. You won't find any of this here. This is all practical old school special effects, and they're done brilliantly. It's low budget as well. Low budget and done good. I think that's the best special effects you can get. We get exploding bodies, exploding heads, people getting hacked into pieces with axes, demons going mental. See, that's the plot. I'll get to the plot now. 5 friends go to a cabin. The cellar door opens. They go down, find a book, read a passage from the book. Demons come lure one of the women outside, possess trees, rape her as the trees. I'm not making that up. They genuinely possess the trees and do that to her. I didn't believe it the first time I saw it either. I was shocked, but it happens and it infects her and she becomes a demon. They lock her in the cellar. And slowly but surely all the friends get possessed, leaving one, Ash, to fight them off. And it's a great showdown. Great. At the very end, he's all alone. There's a demon grabbing his leg, trying to drag him away from the book. He's trying to destroy the book because he knows that'll destroy the demons. And as that demon's grabbing him, there's one with a poker from the fire coming over. She's about to kill him, but he chucks the book in the fire. And the demons all vanquish. They blow up in bloody splattery style. And that's pretty much it, but the way it's done, it's just such a fun movie at 10 out of 10. Evil Dead 2, it's more of a comedy than the first one. Still quite scary, but not as scary. It's a very different film, so to speak. The gore's still top notch. It's not CGI again. This was 1987, Evil Dead 1 was 1982, no 1981, it was filmed in the 70s but released in the 80s. Ash is back in this one. There's a new group of people coming to the cabin, and they too run into the demons, including a mad granny who was buried under the cellar, and she comes to life and she fights Ash in a really good scene. She sprouts a head, her head goes really long like a snake. And it tries to fight him. It loses, but it's a great fight. And the head's done in sort of a stop motion style. Like when they would take see, I'll do an example. I'm doing this, then they take a photo, then I move a bit, take another photo, and so forth and so forth. When you play it back, it's like I'm actually moving. They did it like that, and it's obviously practical effects done in very nice fashion. Not CGI again, so I like it. Again, once I do a proper review of each one individually, I'll do them more justice. I think that's all I've got to say about 2 right now. The third one, for me, is my least favourite. It's a good film. Ash is back again. This time he's read a passage from the book, which coincidentally had a few extra pages in the second one which were hidden and brought to the cabin by the other group of people that came in the second one. And he reads a passage from the pages and gets sent back in time to the medieval ages to fight the demons there. And he gets a whole army of knights to help him, and there's a big fight at the castle, There's an evil Ash. It raises a whole army of skeletons to attack the castle. And then evil Ash and Ash fight at the end. Swords are drawn. Ash has another girlfriend in this one. Because everyone his girlfriends practically dies in all of them, basically. It's the same girl in the first two. And she didn't end up too well. In this one, she becomes a demon, she fights him. She doesn't die, I don't think. No, she doesn't. But she does become a demon, but she gets reverted back to normal once Evil Ash is destroyed. Big moments, my favourite moments from that one. At the beginning when he gets transported back in time. The knights think he's with this other group of knights that they're fighting, and they throw him in a pit with deadites, the demons from the series, to fight. And he fights two of them and owns them. It's a great fight. Then afterwards, the knights more or less respect him, so he takes advantage of the fact and sits on the throne eating food with loads of women surrounding him. Like, he's a good guy, but oh, you despise him sometimes, even though he's a legend. The fight at the end, that's probably my very favourite scene, because the skeletons are all, again, stop motion, like the Henrietta, the granny from the second one. They look very nice. It's kind of like in Jason the Argonauts in the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad and Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with the skeletons and that, done very nicely. Practical effects again, no CGI. On the whole, really good film. And on the whole, a really good trilogy. Show you the box set very briefly. All my films in there. So, that's the conclusion to part 1 of 31 Days of Horror. It's been pretty good so far. I've enjoyed it. I'll get back to Evil Dead someday, individually. Again, like I said, each film deserves its own review. But that's when I get more equipment and better editing software and stuff, you know, because right now I'm only clicking the button to record me speaking. And then I click off, and that's just it, no editing required. But once next year comes around, I should be up to the standard of making better videos, better quality videos. Next, what might be my favourite part of 31 Days of Horror, this sequel-a-thon, which I've already said, is where I watch a whole franchise, every entry in it, for however long it lasts. So for something like Friday the 13th, which has 10 sequels and the remake, I'll watch the whole series over the course of 12 days. Which is what I'm going to do, but not with Friday the 13th, no. It is going to be a series of a very popular villain. You'll know who he is. One of my subscribers will know who he is, because he wants to see him. In a message that I got sent by him, he said he would like to see this certain movie reviewed. Well, to make him happy, I'm going to be reviewing that movie and all the sequels, the whole series, over the next... I'm not going to say how many days, because most of you will guess. So until then, until the sequel-a-thon begins,